Welcome to the Starseed Report. This is a collective reading for everyone. I have just finished all of the readings for the week of the 14th through the 20th, and there's a theme through all of them of abundance and getting our wishes fulfilled, of being in a very lucky space. So I want to do a collective reading just on this. I feel like we're in some kind of portal. I am not sure if it's because of the planetary movements, if it's the solstice. I don't know what it is. So I have pulled out a number of decks and we are just going to pull some oracle cards. We'll look at them at the end. We'll do a Celtic cross with some clarifiers. And this is for whoever clicks on it. This is a collective reading. It doesn't necessarily mean for any individual sign. So if you're new here, my name is Kate. You can check out your signs reading, whether it's your sun, your moon, your rising, your Venus, whatever's getting triggered for you or whatever thing. Those are all on the channel. All right, so these are Gaia Oracle cards. We will pull one of those. And then these are angel number cards. We're going to pull one of those. And might as well pull a Starseed Oracle card. I haven't used these in a few weeks. Let's see what we've got there. And we'll pull a message from the universe now. When I pulled these out, one of them fell out, and it was this one. If you find yourself constantly seeing reoccurring numbers or words, it's a sign that you're being supported, cared for, and divinely protected by the universe. Beautiful things are about to happen to you. So that fell out, and that's what drove me to go get the angel number cards. I'm like, all right, well, what's the number then? So I am going to pull one additional message from the universe card, though, however, and we'll just see what other messages Spirit has from this deck. All right, and let's get a couple of the wisdom of the oracle cards, and then we'll jump into a Celtic cross with, oh, well, we've got the medicine cards too. Let's pull one of those. They're still on the table as I was finishing up the weeklies, and we'll see what collective. Are those the two then? All right, I'm just gonna go with those since they fell out, and it was two of them, and that's what I wanted. All right, and we'll pull one of these animal oracles, the animal totems, and see what animal. And if you see this particular animal as you are around, let it bring you back to the message of this reading, whatever it may be. I have no idea what the message is yet because we're still shuffling, right? All right. We'll put that there. And let's just do a quick Celtic cross. What is this portal for the collective? What is happening to us right now? Why is there so much like change towards a greater abundance? I feel like there's just this energy of people waking up. And so I just wanted to tap into that. And I don't even know if I'm going to post this yet. We'll see what comes through. But I wanted to ask the question. And usually when I just lay cards out for myself, there's the Hierophant popping out. We're going to put them back in. What I was saying is if I usually pull cards for myself, I pull them and I don't really walk through them because I'm not explaining it to anyone. I just get the vibe of the reading. And if I record it, then it opens me up more so that my intuition can speak more. That's all the cards are, honestly. They're a permission slip for what is already inside of me. All of the experiences. So that's us right now. This is the energy we're coming in with, and that's the Wheel of Fortune. I'm right. We are in an abundance portal right now. And we've got the Knight of Cups. He came out for a lot of the weeklies as well. A proposal. That's the energy around us. Basis of this reading, we're getting our wishes fulfilled. Immediate past, King of Cups. Emotional mastery. Five of Swords can come into being. The Moon is immediately before us. Negative feelings, Queen of Swords. External factors, Ten of Pentacles. Hopes and wishes, Eight of Wands. And outcome, we've got the Four of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. We've got the Judgment card. Interesting. Yeah, we are in a lucky time where we're getting our wishes fulfilled. All of us, anybody who clicked on this reading, it's for you. If you were drawn to this, this is your reading. But I feel like it's all of us, because every single one of these weekly readings has had a message of change towards greater fulfillment. The Wheel of Fortune is fortune turning in your favor, and that's the energy we're soaking in right now. And I think it's because of us getting to a place of emotional mastery, because the King of Cups is in our recent past, and this is someone who is mastering their emotions. They understand that their emotions and their thoughts are not them, and they can call forth any emotion that they want and use it as power of creation. This is someone who's just very in tune. This is our immediate past. And honestly, I feel like that's what we're being pulled into. We're being pulled into and being trained to be masters of our emotions, master of our thoughts, and understanding that thoughts create our reality. Beliefs create our reality. And actually, beliefs are just habituated thoughts that have been emboldened and empowered by our emotions. The energy around us that is crossing us or covering us for good or for bad is the Knight of Cups. And this is a proposal that feels really good. I feel like this is sort of galactic energy of a proposal coming forth for us to claim who we really are. And no more guilt, no more negativity, no more feeling like we don't deserve things because of whatever. I feel like this proposal, it could be reflected in your external environment, but I feel like it is a proposal from the universe that we deserve more. The basis of the reading is the wish fulfillment card, and many of you got this in your weekly readings. This is getting everything you want. This isn't getting one cup. This isn't sacrificing. This is getting everything that you want, everything that you wish for, everything that you will allow yourself to experience. This is the basis of this reading, getting everything that you want. On the bottom of the deck, we had the Judgment card. And the Judgment card is, it's a card of being protected. It's a card of understanding the journey that we've been on. It's the second to the last major arcana in the series of the Fool's Journey. And this is protection. And now on a few of your readings, I told the story of my Judgment card experience. I was having a problem with the house. I thought the house had termites. And the termite guy had texted me. He was on his way over to check out the bugs that I found. They ended up not being termites. And I pulled the Judgment card, not only out of this deck, this exact card, but I'm like, well, what does that mean? Because I was in such an emotional state of like, oh my gosh, my house is going to fall down. But I pulled it out of this deck, my clarifier deck as well. The Judgment card came out twice. And to me, it meant that I was being protected. There were no termites, but there were carpenter ants on the front of the house that I just thought they were fire ants because I'm surrounded by them. And the pest control people, they took care of the carpenter ants. So there was a problem that needed to be taken care of with the house, and the universe was protecting me, was protecting the house by sending the guy out. I needed to have something that spurred me to take action. Otherwise, I was going to be just like, look at those stupid fire ants. They found those carpenter ants that were eating up some of the wood in the front of the house. They came, they took care of it. So I was being protected, and this is us being protected. It's us being supported. It's us getting to a place where we are giving meaning to things in a way that we get what we want. I see these two cards as relating to each other, the basis of the reading and bottom of the deck, that those are kind of like supportive foundational energies. And when you see those together, that's us giving meaning to our experience in a way where we have empowerment to get exactly what we want. Now, the potential card that we have is the Five of Swords. Five of Swords, I call it the headache card, because if you look at him, he's just overburdened by thoughts, but Spirit is right behind him with this light coming down, giving him freedom. If we open ourselves up to magic of the universe, we are protected, much like my experience with the Judgment card. I thought I had a problem. I was in this situation with the Five of Swords, and Spirit was like, you know what, I don't know what she's worried about right there. Let's just take care of things for her. And for me, this is the potential. If we go into our thoughts too much, our thoughts create emotion. It becomes this vicious cycle of Negative emotions, negative thoughts, negative emotions that create more negative thoughts, which create more negative thinking and more negative emotions. But Spirit's trying to help us. We are in the process right now of being trained to be the masters of our minds and our emotions, because Spirit is the life. It's the light that comes down. Mind is the builder. You get what you want based on your focus. And the physical world is just the result. But every once in a while, Spirit's there just like, let's just reach in and save her this time. Happens to me all the time. I am so protected, and so are you. In our immediate future, we have the moon. The moon is major arcana, which can be like very nebulous energy, being confused, but it's also very intuitive energy. And it's the energy of being connected to Spirit. That's really what this is all about. It's not about the stuff. It's not about the abundance. The abundance is a side effect of us being connected to who we really are at our deepest core. Abundance is a side effect. It is never the thing you chase. If it's the thing you chase, you end up in devil type of situations. You end up in a situation where you are bound. But if you chase spiritual fulfillment, then money is the side effect. It's the thing that comes in sideways as just a reward for you being connected. When I was in my 20s, I went through this breakup and I had to move out of my apartment, and I had to do it quickly because I realized I was just in a very bound situation, and I decided to move out of the city I was in, where I didn't have a car because I would just use public transport all the time. And I decided I needed a car, and I didn't know how I was going to get a car, and someone gifted me a car. And I just really felt like I had just put out the call of like, okay, this is what I want. And Spirit just showed up and gave it to me because I had chosen freedom in that situation. And because I chose freedom, Spirit came and gave me what I had chosen. This is a card of choosing. It is a card of making a decision, of giving something meaning. It is judgment. It is making a judgment call. When you make a judgment call that you deserve what you want with the 9 of Cups, Spirit comes in to support you. And I feel like that's what this reading is all about. Our luck is changing because we're turning our attention more towards Spirit and more towards our hearts, more towards just a solid foundation of our mental and emotional energy, and it's being reflected in our world. In our negative feelings, we've got the Queen of Swords. This is someone who sees everything very clearly and calls it like she sees it. She doesn't care what people think. She just says what she says. This can be a somewhat critical card, but it is not a card of intuition or spiritual connection. It's much more mental energy. This is the person who like works in tech, logical. And I feel like our negative feelings, because it's in our negative feelings position, I feel like our negative feeling is we don't want to be stuck in our mind, judging everything and thinking things all the time and doing the logical thing. I think we want more flow in our lives, because this energy with the King of Cups and the Moon and the Wheel of Fortune, all of this energy here where we're at is very much in spiritual flow, and not a lot of this makes sense. If you try to make sense of it, you go into 5 of Swords, and it gives you a headache because you can't make sense of the spiritual flow. You have to be in trust, and trust that you deserve more than you have allowed yourself to experience. In your external factors, you've got the 10 of Pentacles, which is having it all. Now, it's not you having it all, unless you're Sagittarius. You guys got this as your energy. But the energy is around you. The financial support is in your external factors. This is having it all. The fact that we've got the 9 of Cups of having it all and the 10 of Pentacles of having it all in terms of our pentacles, this is really powerful energy together. But I don't think this is all we want. We want our external factors taken care of. We want our bills paid. We want the money to be coming in. We want our external factors to be solid, but we want something more. And I think we want this to be in our external factors so that we are taken care of, so that we can expand into more of who we are. And we want it to happen quickly. 8 of Wands is fast, successful movement, and this is what we want because it's in our hopes and wishes. Wish fulfillment. Fast. We want it fast. We want it fast. And I think that's fine. There's nothing wrong with wanting it fast, because spirituality, creating from a spiritual standpoint, happens instantaneously, because there is only the present moment, and there are trillions of probable futures as well as trillions of probable pasts. The only thing that exists is the present moment. And the present moment is where your power is. That's where all of your wishes are fulfilled, where all of the things are taken care of. If you only make the judgment call, give it the meaning that it already exists, and you know that your wish fulfillment is already there. In our outcome, we've got the Four of Pentacles, which can be the miser card, but you see her there holding on to her purse of pentacles. She's protecting what she has. I don't think we need to be the miser, but I do think we need to be protective of the most important resource that you have, and that's your spiritual flow, your spiritual energy. Again, the physical manifestations of pentacles and money and prestige and a new car, all that stuff is a side effect. It's all just a side effect of the game that we play when we are in our spiritual wealth. You are wealth. I am is the only reality. And then we go off and play all of these games and everything, but I am is the only reality, and that's what we need to be protective of. Be protective of your spiritual energy, and know that the external things are there to support you in your greater connection to spirit. And remember, we had the Hierophant. Didn't he pop out while I was shuffling? And that is a spiritual blessing. I don't know where he ended up in the deck, but we'll see if things come out as a clarifier. Let's take a look at some of these oracle cards. We've got To the Sea, which is going to the depths, going to deeper. It's like the moon card. You know, you've got the sea on both of them, and going to the sea. And then we've got Deep Knowing, which is just confirmation of the intuitive message that I'm getting about spiritual wealth being our true wealth. And that when we are there, you can't be anything but Wheel of Fortune. That's who we are. All right, and we are getting the Turtle, number 10. And again, I don't remember all of these, so I am going to look him up in the book and see what we've got. Mother Earth. Mother Earth. And the message there is a fine teacher of the art of grounding. If you have chosen the turtle, you are being asked to honor the creative source within you, to be grounded to the earth, and to observe your situation with motherly compassion. Use water and earth energies, which represent turtles' two homes, to flow harmoniously with your situation and to place your feet firmly on the ground in a power stance. So this is asking you to be grounded, which is exactly what the Four of Pentacles is asking you to do, to protect your spiritual energy. We have so much cups and watery types of energy here. And then we've got our pentacles, which is earth, grounding to the earth and grounding to our water. So that definitely corresponds with all of this. We've got perception, beyond the veil of illusion. And that's just deeper spiritual knowledge, deeper spiritual connection that we're seeing here. All right, what else do we have? I've pulled all the oracle cards. No act of kindness is ever wasted. Some of the kindest people you will ever meet have been through hell and back themselves. That strengthens their compassion and empathy. If this is describing you, keep being the beautiful soul that you are. So definitely just be kind to others. And if you have been through hell and back, you know, that does nothing but strengthen you. I talk a lot about like building muscle, and that's stress. That's pressure on your muscles. And then you go home and you take care of yourself, and that's when your muscles grow. We got star bathing, light body, crystal grid, transmission, activation. So this reading could very well be an activation for you to connect to your deeper self, meditate more, get connected to your deeper knowing, to your spiritual energy, because that's what real wealth is. Your stuff, your car, your house, your boxes of things in the garage, they don't get to come with you, but what comes with you are your experiences, your memories, your beliefs, your thoughts, and your spiritual connection. Our number is 777, which is alignment. Your progress is recognized and alignment is here. It is within your reach. The whisper is reminding you to stay the course and feel Source working through you. Your gifts are being recognized. And the affirmation here is, I blossom and bloom as I use my gifts. All things simply align as I feel the feeling of the divine. That just corresponds to our spiritual wealth and understanding that the physical is just a side effect of our spiritual connection. All right, let's pull 3 more. Just general clarifiers. I feel like this reading is super clear, so I am not going to pull anything on anything specifically. So we're just going to pull some general clarifiers. What other messages that we need from Spirit? Spirit, what do you want us to know? We are in a portal of getting everything that we want, but I think what we really want is that deeper star connection to our spiritual selves. That's what the stars mean to me, at least. When I look up, if you've ever been away from light pollution and you've looked up, the number of stars is absolutely incredible. There's so much spiritual support there for us. It's almost a crime that we have so much light pollution that keeps that away from us. All right. 3 of Cups. I feel like that is a message not just of our soul family, which typically in the tarot, that's what it means. But as I was talking about that spiritual connection of other dimensions, other entities, our soul family in spirit, our guides, our angels, all of that, I feel like that is our 3 of Cups. And just be open to spiritual help. Be in alignment with that. It's there for you. It's waiting for you to pay attention to it. When you're in 5 of Swords, you're not paying attention to it. You're in your head, your thoughts, and you're being tortured by them. When Spirit's just behind you, waiting for you to just open up to it. All right, another message of what we need to know from you, Spirit, from the divine. 5 of Cups. So don't focus on what you're losing. Focus on what you always have had. And those 2 cups behind him, I don't think those ever spill, but we have 3 spilled cups in front of us. So there may be, I don't know, I feel like that goes with our thinking. But those 2 cups behind you, spiritual support, it never goes away. So turn your focus back on that. All right, what else do we have? 9 of Pentacles coming out. That feels like it goes next to the 9 of Cups. 9 of Pentacles is a card of financial stability. It is not the 10 of Pentacles of like having it all, but it is a card of financial stability, of having all that you want. And the fact it's coming out and we've got the 9 of Cups, we have so much supportive energy around us. I feel like that is the message for the collective right now. The portal that's opening is not a portal opening for us, but it's us opening to the portal that's always been there. I feel like that's what this reading is all about. Stay grounded in that. Not the things outside of you. All of that stuff is just a distraction. It's just a game. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain, right? Pay attention to who you really are. Because when you do that, you come into the true abundance. And then the other abundance just gets reflected. You know, the external world is just a reflection of you. It is not something that is something that you have to go out and like manage. That's how I felt when I went through some stressful times 4 or 5 years ago. Felt like this, like I was just like trying to manage all of the things. And then through spiritual wisdom, some guidance from friends, I just let go and let things happen. And if bad things happen and appliances break in my house, I just, okay, well, I guess that's my life now. I'll get it fixed when it makes financial sense to do so. But I'm just going to let it be. And then nothing's broken after all. That's part of the training of the King of Cups. Training to not let your emotions drag you and suck you into this physical world. Stay in your magical spiritual energy and realize that the physical is just a reflection back to you. Anyway, collective, I hope that this reading was helpful to you. If you see 777 out there in the world on a license plate, remember you're in alignment. Remember to stay in alignment. Don't let your thoughts and your emotions take you anywhere other than in the abundant alignment of all that you are. And if you can get out into the stars, I want to do that so bad right now. Get out away from light pollution, like an hour away from any like major or even a small town, like really out in the country, and just look at all of them and realize that you're not even seeing all of it. There's so much support. I just feel like that is a symbol of the support that exists for us at all times. Anyway, meditate, do all the things, and I hope you have a good upcoming week. Solstice is coming up, and we will see you in the next weeklies. Thanks so much for being here.